to this week's podcast. I'm Michelle Pascoe, and thank you so much for joining me. Each week, I either interview an amazing guest, or perhaps I'm sharing my own insights over the past 3 decades in this amazing industry, as well as being in business. This podcast is for those in the hospitality industry, but it's also so much more than that. It's for someone just like you. Perhaps you're an individual building a business, or you're just starting out building a team, or you have many people that you lead and manage. If that is so, and you are wanting to create an amazing experience for your patrons, your clients, your members, then this is the podcast for you. Well, here we are, episode 254, and this will be my final episode for 2024. And what an amazing year it has been. As I sit here on Christmas Eve and look back at all the amazing people that I've had as guests this year, whether they be chefs, whether they be small business owners talking about marketing, various strategies to help your business, as well as lead and manage teams. We've had people talking about narcissism, our most recent with Vance Morris in regards to Disneyfying your business, and everything in between. Of course, there's been a highlight with Aurelie Carrion with domestic violence, which I was a part of to present an amazing whole day conference for those in the registered club industry. And honestly, this year has just been one of opening new doors, challenges, seeking out opportunities, but also reconnection with those in the past, reconnection with my clients who perhaps have moved to other industries as well as other venues. I've really enjoyed this year. I'll be honest, it was really slow when it first started. And I thought, wow, after last year, being so full on, I thought I'll enjoy this little bit of a slow simmer. And then it took off. As you know, I love traveling, but this year has been very interesting. Instead of so much international travel, it's been traveling around New South Wales. I've had the privilege and honour of training teams in Gunnedah, Moama, Euston outside of Mildura, Kiama, and of course, all the suburban areas, which I've absolutely loved. There's nothing better than sitting in your car thinking about, well, I do, planning about my business, but also listening to some fantastic books on Audible, which I absolutely love. And I've gotten back into it only recently. For a while there, I just really enjoyed like 4 hours or 5 hours plus of actually no talking or listening to anybody, just thinking within my thoughts. But I've been listening to E-Myth Revisited. Now, I started my business as you know, 30 years ago, and that was one of these books that everybody was really into. But this E-Myth Revisited, oh my gosh, it is absolutely hysterical. I love it because it's on Audible. The reader is fantastic. And as I said, it makes me laugh because, my goodness, it just shows you what we do as business owners. And even if you are a manager, you can relate this to your business. But in amongst that, I have always got a very large amount of books beside my bed because I love reading. And yep, there's been some of my fiction books, which I enjoy, Anne Cleeves, who writes Shetland, and Vera, but also some fantastic Australian writers. I love Kate Morton as a writer, as well as, oh my goodness, her name is Sophie Green, is another fantastic Australian author. Nell, she's written The Jacaranda Retirement Village, and a number of other books. I can't think of her last name, but if you get the chance to read her books, they are so on point. I always like a good laugh. I love getting into the story, but I've also read some books, of course, about business and particularly about our industry. One of those is Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. It's the remarkable power of giving people more than they expect. And my gosh, this is a book, if you know anything about the hospitality industry, this author is amazing. The way he puts together the whole story of creating creating the hospitality that just connects so many different people. He is the founder of Thank You, a hospitality company that develops world-class destinations and helps leaders across industries transform their approach to customer service. He's also the former co-owner of 11 Madison Park and Nomad, and is the co-founder of the Welcome Conference. This is a fantastic book if you are in hospitality. But you know what? Even if you're not in hospitality, you can take so much away from this and put into your business in creating these unbelievable and memorable experiences, all for the right reasons. The other book that I've read, because I'm in a mastermind with her Empire Builder with the amazing coach, Tina Tower, but also with Susie Daphnis in her business. And Susie, mastermind and being part of her business, provides the members probably 3 to 4 books per year. And one of the ones that I took away from this year was Dan Martell's book, Buy Back Your Time. Get unstuck, reclaim your freedom, and build your empire. A really, really good book. If it's something, you can pick up, read a few pages, have a think about it, write some notes in it. But, whatever it is that you give your brain that opportunity to think outside of your industry, it's not to copy, but it's to see what other people do. What could you do in your business? And particularly my episode 253, I really focus on that. You aren't Disney, but you can do similar things or take aspects of that, what Vance went through on the episode, that will really make that experience with your customers to be absolutely on point. Because that's what my focus is all about. It's all about, always has been and always will be, about customer service. And it's leading the teams. But to lead the team, we have to have a leadership team that know who they are as leaders, as individuals, but also as a team. So I'm going into 2025 with already January and February are booked out solid, with commencing my middle management movement program to 3 individual venues. And 3 may not sound a lot to you, but 3 is a lot when we're doing 12-week programs, or, they can break it up to shorter weeks, whatever it might be. And it is full on, because I am committed to creating unbelievable leaders in the hospitality industry that will go on and ignite the potential in so many others. But of course, it is Christmas Eve. So it is that moment to think about where we are, who we are, what we have achieved this year, and what we are looking forward to, going forward to in the future. Now, I have an amazing EA, as you know, Sarah Hall, and sorry, I'm just leaning over to get my phone. She put up a wonderful post today, and honestly, she creates so much amazing content, and it really got me thinking. I thought, wow, I just love this, particularly for today as we move into Christmas. Now, if you're on LinkedIn, you probably received it, but let me read this to you. A little tribute to all the incredible teams working behind the scenes today, not only on Christmas Eve, but of course over the next few days, with Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and going into New Year's Day. Towards the day before Christmas and all through the venue, the team was preparing with so much to tend to. The kitchen was bustling, the orders came quick, chefs stirring and plating, another order away, tick. The managers hustled, their schedules in hand, ensuring the day would go just as planned. From greeters to servers, the team did their best to bring joy and delight to each festive guest. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for listening to the podcast this year. We've already got some remarkable guests already lined up for next year, but now we are going into our summer season. So over the next 4 episodes, you will be hearing me being interviewed by quite a number. I think there's 2 English and an American and Australian who have interviewed me. One is the Top Floor podcast, where we talk about money-making machine. Top Floor is all about hospitality. It is a fantastic podcast, so enjoy that. I'm then on the Podvan podcast, which is a chap up on the Central Coast. Then we have got Shine On, the customer experience show with Claire Bosk from the Channel Islands. And we have Engage for Success Radio, which is a fantastic British home drive, on listening to the radio. I'm on that, committed to the idea that there is a better way to work. And there is the one with seeing setting. I believe the best meals are served outside and require a passport. So this is with host Rick Denton from America, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy the summer series. We'll be back to you at the end of January, going into February for another wonderful 2025 where we will be thriving and enjoying ourselves. Enjoy this break. If you're traveling, keep safe on the roads. Have your Christmas be filled with joy and peace as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, and we celebrate a time where we come together, whether that is with family, friends, or perhaps even strangers, that our hospitality industry provides a space for them. Take care, everyone. Enjoy this time, and I look forward to reconnecting with you when we return in January. But don't forget about the summer series, because I know you're going to enjoy it, because I certainly did. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's podcast. I do hope there was some moments of aha, insights, tips, and some action steps for you to take in your business or organization. I love being in this industry. So the more that you can get the word out about this podcast, because it really is an honor and a privilege to have so many amazing guests on the podcast, that we need to get the word out there. So please share. A review would be wonderful. And if you'd like to reach out and learn more about what I do and my signature program for the leadership development middle management movement, please have a look at the website, www.michellepascoe.com. Take care, everyone. Bye.